bug fixing update. So just a quick reminder from last week, or last iteration, Dream Team got 8 issues done. This time around, they came up with a more respectable number of 18, which is great.
Go Brad.
Yep. I don't know when M6 is going to be cut, but for 434, we're going to cut after Gym 260 is released, and it's going to be the last scheduled 4.3x released. So I just wanted to say thank you from myself to everyone for being so helpful and being great to work with. So thank you very much.
Is your reign over as Bugmaster?
So what are you doing for the rest of the
So which begs the question, who's the next? Darius. Sorry, Darius. I couldn't help myself.
Darius likes like it.
I love it. So Rob, commiserations or congratulations. And you might need this as well.
We got through quite a bit this iteration. Most of it polish and consistency sort of stuff. And obviously we had flow-on effects with the admin's decorator, so it sort of all fits in a lot nicer now. So I'll just sort of flick through some of the screens and you can see the consistency we've got. So you'll see there's a lot of the cog icons are all hooked up because the following tabs are populated. So this is pretty much on parity with where we were. We've got dialogue for most of the stuff. We've got a new single select frother control, which I don't know if you've seen. So you can't, it sort of disables a field so you can't do another one. Do anything until you start typing again. What have we got? So I'll just flick through these panels. Issue types, so all these now go to the relevant location in the old UI, which is now in new look navs. We've got new visual styles for this, so we're no longer using the view issue style collapsible blocks. We've got this sort of split panel-y thing showing. I actually made them a lot more advanced. I don't know why they didn't. Maybe.
What does this one look like?
That's wrong.
Yep, that is incorrect. That's showing the.
Maybe that's not. No, it might be a bug. There we go.
Yeah.
It looks like this one.
Yeah.
So,
Can you chase it up when you? Oh no, Husey, can you chase it up? Yeah.
So again, these collapse down. We've got the shared by, which is going to be propagated throughout other bits in the older pages. And again, you can go through to your scheme and you can change your scheme. So most of those should be all quite consistent. And the same visual treatment flows onto screens, and fields. And again, we have showing what's using what. And people, again, get that single select frother control, single select user picker, I should say. Issue securities are done, that's old. So a fair bit more polish, and we got dragability on this. I don't know if we showed that last iteration. And new button styles. And the components now got a single select user picker for component lead, which is the same one that we used in that drop down as well. So there's a lot of, Frother did a lot of work on polishing, like so when you resize browser and stuff like that, and various race conditions surrounding Ajax postbacks and stuff. So that's pretty much it. Miss anything else?
Looks a lot better than.
It's just lots of consistency and things.
4 to 3. This is good stuff.
Very, very polished.
Yep.
Okay, so
That's awesome.
So the A team, this iteration's been focused on adding a admin mode, which changes a few things.
Oh, I noticed.
all the menus along the top. Yeah, I'm sure nobody's seen these changes. All the menus, the big ugly menu down the side, the big intimidating menu down the side's now gone. We've now got all the menus along the top, and you don't have your standard menus there anymore. So this one is going to be has all your recent projects and projects. Plugins, this will actually have miscellaneous, like if a plugin doesn't know where to put itself, then it will probably end up putting itself here. User info, options and so on. A few of the, and we've also added tabs down the side. You'll notice that for some of these things we have issue types here, which is one thing, but it's actually got issue types and subtasks. You can only get to subtasks by knowing that it's under issue types, and there are a few things like that. We're trying to reduce the amount of clutter and things that you see up the top. Miscellaneous currently contains all the plugins that we haven't moved yet. All the web items for plugins that we haven't moved yet, so that's why all those are showing up there, including plugins, which should really be under plugins. And then down the side, yeah, as I said, the tabs are working nicely. It basically works firstly by meta tags that we've added to all the JSP and velocity pages that will tell us what tab link should be selected and also which tab group it should be in. It then has a fallback where it uses the web items and trolls through all the web items to actually figure that out. But that means the URL has to be correct, as in exactly the same as what's in the web item. It can't be slightly different, which is a small problem in the fact that sometimes we have URLs being created from Ignite that have project rather than admin in the thing, and wasn't finding them. And currently it's also defaulting back to using the last tab that was on in the session, but we're wondering whether we'll actually remove that because there are things like dialogues where it really doesn't make sense to have anything at all there, and it'd be better to just have the big square rectangle. So the idea, there's still some polish to go on, quite a bit of polish to go on with. Next iteration we're looking to add a summary page that actually lists all the links for you. If there's only one tab or if the tab can't be found, then we're looking to actually not have anything show up here and have the rectangle move right over to the left. On some pages the rectangle will be over to the left, on some pages the rectangle will be here but without anything, and on some pages there'll be one tab here, and so just trying to get some consistency around that.
What's the plugin developer impact?
Plugin developer impact is they have to change their web section and web items to actually marry up with the new structure. Otherwise they'll fall in this miscellaneous list, yeah. I mean, it's not that the web item is going to disappear altogether, but it's just not going to look good, right? If they've got a plugin that's all to do with users, it should really show up in the users menu, and they can do that, but they've got to change.
Can we have them drop in the miscellaneous plugins
Category?
category?
Sorry, in what way? Sorry.
We should not have a miscellaneous stuff level.
So okay, right.
It should drop into plugins if they don't.
Okay, the reason I didn't want to put it, we can have this discussion later. Yeah. And also now Sharpie's been busy making the rest of the pages look sexy, so that they match up with how Ignite looks. So if we go to say the users, this is now much prettier. The table's much prettier. It doesn't have bad formatting and so on. If we go to
Finish it up, bro.
I've got to finish it up. I'm 3 minutes already, mate. Okay, so just quickly back to issue types. Probably the coolest thing that he gave me a quick demo was in issue type schemes. If you go to edit an issue type scheme,
You won't see it here.
then the drag and drop down here all works. Nice and pretty and cool. So this has all been fixed up and looks much more Ignite-ish. So there we go.
So we have the new Start Greenhopper trial link. Just click through there. So that's going to show up in the introduction. Admin gadget. Yeah. If you click it.
Done.
Okay. Then you can. Yeah. That's it for that one.
It'll only appeal if green hopper is actually bundled and it's not already enabled.
Awesome. That's very cool.
It's doing the same rack dance as the other
Yep.
setup.
Right, so now onto user time zones. We've added the time and the user's location in the user hover.
Mm.
Just click on the user.
Yeah?
Now this.
No.
Yeah, on the right there. You probably got
Is there a hover?
the activity stream.
Ah, okay, true. No, this is not using the
this would
same.
initially-
Yeah, I think that's what I normally do. This.
So you got a little text under the email with whatever the user's preference is or the default if they haven't selected a preference.
Did you by chance change that in Project Ignite?
It's the user hover. Where in Project Ignite? We just touched the hover. You don't have your own hover, do you?
You know we do, because we got client-side rendering.
Okay, well.
We have client-side rendering of the. Oh no, you're right.
But the hover should be just work.
Hover
Yeah,
should just work.
This
Yep,
one's
you're right.
client-side anyway.
Okay.
Right. Next big change was searching for date fields in JQL. So that's dates and not date times. So we're talking about release date, due date. Actually,
So that date
date custom fields as well.
that date user hover, that's whatever the time is at the current user's
Current
locale.
time, yeah.
Yeah, it's the.
User's locale. So it's now possible to search with the equals operator on a date, which was not really, didn't really work as expected before. So compare all the way up to the milliseconds value.
So what's the key there? That it used to try and match to exactly midnight,
Yes.
and now it says all of that day.
Yes.
We're indexing now only the day, so we're not indexing the hour or the minute anymore. So,
Yeah.
So you need to do a reindex.
And what time zone is that searching?
There's no time zones on dates.
On dates?
Conceptually.
Yeah.
Does it work out if you day in the date for the day and month for the other way around?
Okay. The format is so if I. So it has to be either this or this format, or relative.
And that's defined in your JIRA configuration, right?
No, it's JQL.
That's JQL. It's hard
It's
coded.
JQL format.
You could expand JQL to enable different formats if you wanted to.
Okay,
and
same
you're one of those people.
Let's keep it moving. Yeah. Next thing up is we changed the version release date to show up always in the system time zone, so like all other dates. We changed it in Ignite as well. Yeah.
It's gone. It's gone
Okay.
off. It's deleted off the page.
Yeah.
Do
So
you
that's
release?
the new Ignite stuff. You can edit them. That looks pretty much the same, but we have to change also the REST API. So now, because previously we actually reported timestamp in date fields, so it would be midnight of Sunday, but now we report the date in that ISO 8601 format.
You had a link on that page to
Yes,
the
there's
rest
a link on
endpoint.
page, but never mind, it's too late now.
Okay.
Next.
Next. Okay. Yep.
We also cleaned up the issue XML view to because it would always report the server's time zone in the date fields, the time fields.
Oh, this browser does this.
Yeah, Firefox. Firefox.
Review source.
Just hit right click or something.
Right click and view source.
So that's going to show you whatever your time zone is configured for created update, etc. So this guy's in Berlin.
What about due? Why is due different?
Due is
Due is time.
it's a date. It's a date.
Time.
Not really updated.
This.
Due is a due date, and not really
Yeah.
a time. So
Yeah.
but I guess it should go on this backlog. That's it.
Cool.
Very cool.
So are you guys nearly done for the release yet, or you still got a bit of work?
We got a few bugs like this one here, and in the simple search we need to fix up a few bugs.
So you reckon you guys will finish up this iteration? Next iteration.
Acceleration, yeah. For the JQL search for the due date is still working. But why is it hard? The due date should be like this.
So this iteration we concentrated on the upgrade story and moving. How do you exit the screen?
F11.
Hold Shift F, I think.
So I'll go through the upgrade from 4.3 to 4.4 snapshot, and I'll talk about it while I do that. I've got 4.3 set up. So here it is. If we go down, this is 4.3. I've customized memory settings and I've customized ports. And Apple Shift F3, did you say?
Command Shift F.
Is there a way to get the... Oh, yeah. I'll SSH to the box and I'll go through the upgrade.
Have you got any custom in your application properties?
Yes, I do have the. If you notice over here, the logo is really wide. That's the custom things in the JIRA application properties. I actually didn't wait for the latest build, so that's it's a custom. I built it on my local machine. This installer. So I changed the memory settings, I changed the ports, and I changed the logo width. It asks me for the backup. One thing that we've done this iteration is we actually changed the shutdown script. So now it will kill the process if JIRA fails to shut down after 20 seconds. We also in the upgrade itself introduced another feature which will check whether JIRA is successfully shut down. It just checks the ports, tries to connect to the right port, and if it's not successfully shut down, it will pop up the screen saying that please shut it down manually before going any further. That's because of the problems we saw previously with JIRA shutting down. So now it's installing all these things.
Failure to shut down is Windows, most likely on Windows, right? If it's not running the service.
Yeah, Windows is actually pretty good because when it runs the service, it will kill it after 30 seconds.
But service, I think there isn't a reliable way to kill it.
Yeah, that's right. They shell script, but because we introduced this new functionality inside the upgrader that checks whether JIRA is shut down or not, that's all covered.
Does it wait for existing requests to finish before shutting down?
Well, shutdown hooks. If it fails to shut down, there's none of those sorts of guarantees. Those existing requests sort of things I would expect Tomcat to wait for in a shutdown hook type of way. And we have shutdown hooks, and I believe so does the database. But right now there's some problem in JIRA which prevents it from shutting down. So we've added this kill. So in a way,
there's quite a few actually problems.
You don't actually have those guarantees. So we should probably seriously look at trying to make sure we do shut down, and that there's nothing that I don't understand why it's not shut down. But there's something in the code that we've written since we added the shutdown hooks that's stopping it.
There's some of them are multi-tenancy related, and some of them are not. But there's like several issues.
So they all been reported?
Yeah, most of them are in.
This one has a habit of being closed as cannot reproduce.
If it happens to you, take a heat dump. Because it's the only way you can track back what thread's holding onto things. It's the easiest way to track things back. And just do a heat dump. Gets everything. And a thread dump. Whatever you can get, right? More information, the better.
So it's still starting up, and once it's there, it should be 4.4. One. If you have a look. That's the difference that we made to the memory settings previously, and it's transferred all the new memory settings to the new installation, and it created the copy of the original ones. You can also see that the logo is still wide, and it's running 4.4.
We started in some intermediate state.
And it's 885.
We started JIRA up in some state where you then had to go in and say.
Yeah, it's no.